Hello, children. Welcome back to the session of English. As I said yesterday, today I am going to talk about Helen Keller. Who was Helen Keller? Helen Keller was an American author, political activist, and lecturer. She was the first deaf blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. She was born in 1880 in Tuscumbia. Because of a high fever when she was 2 years old, then it completely changed her whole life. Her mother, she figured out that her eyeball did not even move when she swarmed the hand in front of her face. That means she could not recognize anything. She did not even pay attention when her mom was calling her. Then her mom knew that her daughter was blind and deaf. Now, imagine what would be the mother's condition when she knows that her child does not see or she is not able to see or hear. Like other mothers, Helen's mother also could not even believe it, and she was shocked out of the incident. Now, in her childhood, it was very difficult for Helen Keller to run errands. That means, whatever work she did, she was finding difficulty in it because she could not see and she could not listen. Imagine how difficult it would be for her to do all the work. Once, she locked her mom in a room for all day. It was by an accident. But her mom kept on knocking on the door for the whole time. But she could not hear that, and she did not even know that she did lock her mom in the room. Her mom just can't wait until someone came home after their work. So she could get out of the room only when the people of the house came back. Now, when Helen was 7 years old, her family brought her a family teacher. Now, usually we go to school for study, but she was not able to go to school. So they called a teacher named Annie Sullivan. She was a nice lady and she was also almost blind when she was a little baby. So she could understand how Helen felt, and it made her understand Helen more. Now, this teacher taught her everything. She taught her letters. She wrote every letter in her hand all the time and tried to let her understand and let her to remember all the letters. Now, she also told her to use her hand to touch the stuff and feel it. Now, if we take things and if we touch it, we can feel how it is. So, it was the right way to identify any object or identify any letter. Now, in that time, she learned sign language. She learned to read and write in Braille language. Braille language is a special language that is used for the blind people. Now, she was trying to understand other people talking to. She was taught to read the speech of others with her fingers by placing her middle finger on the nose, her forefinger on the lips, and her thumb on the throat of that other person. So she could follow what was said. Now, isn't it magic really when the person does not see anything, and with the help of fingers she has to understand what others are talking about? But she never gave up her dream. She never gave up everything. She only knew that she had to be persistent. Persistence means she has to keep on trying and not give up. And she always look forward. To look forward means be positive in all aspects. She moved on to Cambridge School for Young Ladies in 1896, and in 1900 she joined college and she became the first deaf blind person to get enrolled at an institution of higher learning. It's very difficult for the people who have such different, they are called differently abled person. So it was very difficult for her, but she tried her level best to understand, and she could manage with other students. She studied in college just like a normal lady, like other people. During this time, she began to write about her life. She would write the story both in braille and on a normal typewriter. In Kopi's opinion, a person who wrote about her said that she was the best writer of English themes she had come across. And she started writing books and speaking. She became a really successful woman. She was blind, she was deaf, but she was a writer and a disability educator, means educating people who have disability. And she knew 5 different languages including English, French, German, Latin, Greece. And she was even this English language, means this language writer. She could write all these languages. In 1964, Helen was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian award, by President Lyndon Johnson. After 1 year, she was elected to the Women's Hall of Fame at the New York World's Fair. She became famous and traveled around the world, speaking to group of people. She met many important and well-known people as she traveled. Now, really, this is an achievement when you are awarded for a special thing. And she died in 1968. When she died, she was 89 years old, but she died peacefully in her sleep because she gave all her energy to the world. She helped the disabled people, and she got all the love from her mother, and that love she spread to others. After she died, because of her strong will and outstanding contributions, the world was moved. The world really felt very sorry about her passing away, and they all remember her till now. And we have learned so many things from her. She is really a role model for many of them in the world. So sometimes we feel that God is not fair sometimes, but it's okay. She was blind and deaf, but see her success, see how smart she was, and it's okay. Even if God is not fair, in her case we can say that God is fair because she took it in a positive way. She gave her all strength and all power in utilizing her internal powers to lead to success, means she excelled in everything. So God gave wisdom. Even eyes and ears were not given, but she was given wisdom. So she felt by heart, and that is why it was not impossible for her to do anything. So in her own words, she told, or she conveyed the message that the public must learn that the blind man is neither genius, nor a freak, nor an idiot. He has a mind that can be educated, a hand which can be trained, and ambitions which is right for him to strive, to realize. And it is the duty of the public to help him make the best of himself so that he can win light through work. So it is our duty to help the people who are specially able. So don't say that they are disabled, say that they are differently abled and they can do wonders. So this was the story about Helen Keller. Hope you got inspiration from her story and you learned something from her life. Hope you have understood it well. Have a nice day. Thank you.